Welcome, friends, to our third episode of the Woodhaven Wired podcast. We're excited today to be talking everything golf, and I'm joined today by our head golf professional, Myles Mahan, as well as Jesse Massie, our director of instruction. I'm Richard Schmitt, your host today. The kids call me Foam Daddy in the summertime. That's coming up soon. But today is all about golf, and I want to let our social members know, please do not turn us out because we got some great golf opportunities for them as well. Welcome, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning. Looking forward to this.
May 1st, it's Derby week. There's a lot of excitement going on in the community as well as at Woodhaven. Golf course is coming in great, and I'm really excited to talk golf today with you gentlemen. Myles, why don't we start with you and give us a little background of your golf history and your history at Woodhaven.
So coming up, both of my parents played collegiately. My mom played at the University of Kentucky. My dad at the University of Indiana. And I just got brought up in golf. Jesse and I actually played at Eastern Kentucky together for a couple of years. Jesse's a little bit older than I am. And I started the profession at World of Golf in Florence, Kentucky. Worked 3 years under Ralph Landrum. Then 3 years at Hurstbourne Country Club under Danny Barron. And this will be my 7th year starting at Woodhaven Country Club. Time flies.
Yep. So like a good thoroughbred for Derby week, you come naturally to the sport of golf.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Yes, definitely.
Well, we certainly enjoy having you at Woodhaven. I know the members will be excited to see what you've got planned for this year. Jesse, how about yourself?
So I don't have any parents that grew up playing golf collegiately just for fun, but my dad did wrestle at Iowa University, had a scholarship there. But I went to Trinity here locally, so I'm a Louisville boy. Did that. We won state in 2003, and then off to Eastern Kentucky with Myles. Played there for 4 seasons till 2009, and then after that did some mini tour golf, about 3 years on the mini tour circuit, just trying to play, see what I could do. Then all of a sudden I'm the assistant pro at Polo Fields for 2.5 years, and then Danny recruited me over to Hurstbourne to join Myles and their staff. And then Myles left for Woodhaven, and a year later he calls me up and recruits me over to Woodhaven.
Amen. And we certainly enjoy having you. And we come first full circle with Danny Barron because he was my assistant golf professional when I was the head professional at Polo Field. So it's a tight-knit community, just like Woodhaven, a big family. And it's exciting to have you guys at Woodhaven. I do have a quick story for Jesse, as I understand that you shot 56 at Glenmary one time, and I'm curious how that is possible.
Well, I would say that I missed a putt for 55, but I didn't miss many putts that day at all. I made a lot of them, but I actually did have a penalty stroke. So I made 55 strokes, but then took a penalty as well. Just one of those days that I had 15 feet all day long and made every single one of them.
That's amazing. 56. Has not been done on a regulation 18-hole golf course by many people ever. You probably know the number. It's
55 is the low.
55 is the low. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so much for that penalty stroke,
Yeah.
but I had it.
That's right.
And I can add to that, when I was an assistant pro at Glenmary with Denny Thompson, I was a young assistant pro, just came off the mini tours in Florida myself, and I was a little cocky. I was making $12,000 a year as an assistant pro. I had everything I needed. And Denny Thompson told me, hey, there's a threesome over on the first tee. Why don't you go over there and join them and have some fun? And Barry Wilson, who's a member at Woodhaven now, was in that group. And I went over there with a cooler of beer and I introduced myself. And I said, hey, guys, we're not going to drink any beers until somebody makes a birdie. All right, great. So I was 5 under after 6 holes. So we were drinking a few beers. And we got to number 9. I had a putt for 28 on the par 5. I saw 3 balls as I stood over the putt. Not a good thing. And went on the back nine to 3-putt a few. We had a few more beers and shot 64, which I thought that's actually one of my lowest rounds ever as well. So my question is, you're 56 with a penalty stroke, could have been 55. My 64 was with 13 beers. So that's like a 51. That's like a 51. I think that might be the course record.
At least 51.
Yeah, so
The Woodhaven way.
yeah. So we'll let the Woodhaven members decide. Maybe send us a note what you think. The 56 with a penalty stroke or the 64 with 13 beers. All right, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about our golf season coming up. Myles, if you'll tell us a little bit about what you've got. I know there's some exciting news with our outside operations at our driving range.
Yeah, we actually just updated a lot. Our driving range, as a lot of our members and guests know, it was definitely outdated. So we've put about $20,000 into investments of the driving range. We have a new welcome area, so when members and their guests walk up, we go to the podium, and it's a great update to our membership. So we have new bag stands, we have alignment sticks. We're going to have a new staging area for our golf carts, so it's around the putting green instead of coming right next to the pro shop. All of our members and guests are going to be welcomed. When they walk in, they're going to get information as to where to go, where their golf cart's going to be. We're going to have all of their bags staged for anybody that keeps their golf clubs at the golf course. So yeah, I mean, it's a very, very exciting time. I think last weekend was our first time, or actually the middle of April was really our first weekend that we got to get this up and running because of the weather. And I think a lot of our members and guests were very, very happy with the updates that we've made.
Absolutely. And that just is on addition to all the upgrades that we've made in the last 5 years since you and I have been here and Jesse's been here. Jesse, talk a little bit about, from your angle, some of the things that we've done here.
So I'd say from my angle when I first got here is that I really didn't see any stepping stones for new golfers to kind of get into the game. I mean, we had clinics, we had programs, but I really wanted to make kind of a outline of, hey, here's for the very basic beginner and new to the game person, what do they need to do to get themselves to maybe possibly play competitively or in our tournaments or our dashes on Wednesday and Thursday. So added some ladies learn to golf. We did that once a year. Now we're doing it twice a year. Added a little prodigies program for the juniors, is ages 4 to 9. Also added PGA Junior League, which kind of correlates with that, is that younger to middle-aged and working themselves into high school. But definitely wanted to have that availability here, and I think it's gone really well, and it's continuing to build.
Absolutely. So when I came on board at Woodhaven, as you guys came on the same time, it's always been a big social club, friendliest club in town, and that was the buzz. And we really wanted to put an emphasis on golf and elevate that in the community of Louisville. And make that a great amenity for our members. So some of the things that we've done, Myles, if you want to speak to those just in the last few years that are exciting for the members.
Yeah, as I had mentioned, this is going to be my 7th year.
Wow.
And one of the lines when I first got to Woodhaven that really not bothered me, but something I wanted to change the perception was we are a bar with a golf course. I really wanted the golf course to shine. And a huge thanks to Josh Adams and his team. What they have done at Woodhaven is unbelievable to turn that golf course into what it is from when I got here in 2018 and to where it is now in the beginning of 2024. On our side, we've really got a great team built. Number one, Jesse was the first one that I had really brought on. And he has really grown all of our instructional programs to where they are today. I've got Brandon Rout, who's kind of my lead assistant right now. This will be his 3rd season, and he's really taken a lot of ownership in a lot of our operations that we have. And then we have Brady Mason and Maya Wigginton. Maya has taken a lot of our social media to the next level. It has a 34-year-old. I didn't think I would be this far behind in social media, but what she can do on that side of it is very impressive. And then Brady just got into the program really about a month and a half ago. So one thing, just watching Danny grow his assistants, one thing that I've really wanted for myself is to be able to help assistants grow. So with Brandon and Brady, I'm looking forward to really mentoring them and hoping to make them the best golf pros they can be.
Absolutely. Cultivating the next generation of golf professionals. That's what we all want to do. Chance is certainly behind that, and I've been driving that since I've been there. And it's going to be exciting to see the development of their careers right here at Woodhaven. It's interesting, like Josh, he's been offered some other jobs out there.
Yeah.
He certainly could go anywhere in the state of Kentucky and in this region and be at a really top-notch, high-paying position, but he chooses to be at Woodhaven. So that tells you, that it's not all about the money. And when you're in a position to have, a great support team around you, I think that's so important. And I personally, as the general manager of the club, believe we've got the best team in town, and I'll put them up against anybody.
Yeah.
So exciting stuff. And some of the other things that we've done, Jesse, I know the indoor simulators we added a few years ago, been a big hit with all the members, social members as well.
First, just trying to get used to them and understand how to work them, and then after the first year, it seems like our members know what to do, and they're using it to their full ability and getting some extra reps in during the off season.
It's a great tool to work on your game, to come out and play and have fun. It's open to all members, whether you're a social member, golf member. There's a cool little putt-putt. I saw some of the adults out there with their buckets of beer and playing putt-putt on the simulator as well.
Tons of games for the kids, too.
Yeah.
They have 3 or 4 games that kids can play, so bring your kids out and play on the simulators.
Right. And, Myles, I know one of the things that was really important to you coming from a Hurstburn and other really elite private clubs was for us to start a member guest, and we've been able to do that in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's grown a lot since our first one. This will be our 5th year. We did miss the 2020 season with COVID, but we started in 2019. We had 60 teams, I believe, in year 1. And then, like I said, we skipped 2020, and in 21, we had 66 that year. And we've been full at a 72-team field since then, and now we have over 30 members on our wait list. It was a huge goal. I know both you and I, we really felt like this would be an event that we could really showcase at Woodhaven and showcase what all that we do and all the fun that we bring to all of our tournaments. So, I mean, it's turned into, I feel like it's been one of the more elite events around the city, and it's just different. It's not that regular 9 points or 10 points where you play one other team. We play in groups of 6. We play a 9-point game, we have 12 different flights, and once again, we do a shootout like most other places, but we want to be different. I mean, as you all said in that first podcast, that we pride ourselves on being different, and it's a different type of member guest that we believe our members and their guests really enjoy.
Amen. It certainly fits into the friendliest club in town when you have a member guest. The guests, I know you did, but I got many emails from guests and members on how proud they were to be a part of that event.
Yeah, it's cool to get those when you finish an event.
And we're going to grow on that. Jesse, talk a little bit about how important the new putting green at Wits End is for bringing out all members and starting their golf path.
Again, I think it just brings a new aspect where we're just different than most clubs. It's not many clubs have what we have now, and what Josh has put together is, I think, a big thing to kind of realize is that golf is growing. It's also changing a little bit as well, is that people don't have 4 to 5 hours to play golf. They have maybe 2 hours, maybe they have 45 minutes, but we hit all 3 of those time periods. Is that the Wits End course will take you about 45 minutes, the par 3 take you about an hour and a half, or you can play the main course. And I think we hit basically everybody's time frame for around work and around kids that makes this place that much more special.
Yeah, there's no excuse not to come out and enjoy golf, even if it's just putting around on Wits End. And we also want to make sure that members know that that is available to them as we're moving forward here. If they want to host a family reunion or an office party or anything, we will privately reserve the Wits End course for them. We've got food and beverage options. My son actually had his bachelor party there. He's brought his office out, and it's just a great fun time to go out there and putt and enjoy themselves.
Don't feel like you have to have clubs. We have demo putters, and we'll get you a ball as it come out and try it.
Amen.
You'll love it.
come on out and enjoy the Wits End for sure. And then I know the last thing, as we're building the reputation of Woodhaven golf in the community, is actually getting out and playing golf in the events around town, supporting the Kentucky PGA, as we're all members of that. And you guys play in the pro events. I was fortunate enough to qualify for the Senior Club Professional Championship a couple of years ago. And so that's very important, I know, Myles, to spread the word about Woodhaven golf.
Yeah, it's fun to ride Jesse's coattail in those pros.
Amen.
He's won me a lot of money, which has been nice. But, yeah, watching Jesse play is very special. I enjoy getting to play in a lot of competitive events also. But having Jesse as a partner is very beneficial to me. But I know him playing in the professional national championship is I know last year he was supposed to, but had an injury and had to back out the last second. He gets to redeem himself this year and hopefully playing the PGA Championship. That would be really, really neat. But Jesse's really helped us put the name of Woodhaven in the golf part of it on the map. And then with a little bit of my help, throwing in a few birdies in the pros.
More than a little.
I can help also. But yes, it's definitely one way that we've been able to spread the word at how cool Woodhaven is.
I remember before you partnered with Jesse, you played with me a few times. And for those that haven't played with Myles, he hits the ball a long, long, long way.
He does.
And we had a short par 4. We were playing scramble, and I laid one out there about 200 yards off the tee. And we had like 100 yards left, and Myles tried to drive the green, and he missed it a little to the right of the green, but he was pin high. And we were trying to debate on which shot we should use, right? Out of the rough, pin high, or go back in the fairway 100 yards out. And I finally had to make a senior executive decision. I said, we're going back to the fairway. We got this. And then what happened?
Did you make it? I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't.
I'll hold it
He missed
out.
the green.
Yeah, I'm sure I did miss the green. I probably went first.
He was drinking beer. I said, just don't worry about it. I got this.
The important parts.
Absolutely. So anyway, we're excited to host events as well. I know last year we hosted the KPGA Pro Executive at Woodhaven. Mm-hmm. That's a nice thing to be able to do. I don't remember. I don't recall who won that. Do you recall who won that event?
I do. I'll let you answer.
I think it was a scorecard playoff.
I think Chance and I might have won that.
Yeah, Chance on his inflated handicap.
No. Come on now. No, we did win that. I got a nice trophy there. But speaking of trophies, we are the home of Bellarmine Women's Golf, which is a great thing as well. Great to see the ladies out there, and that's a community event. But we also currently have and I've got it right here for those that are watching on YouTube. You can check it out. I have the current Women's Kentucky State Amateur Championship trophy. This is special to me because this is actually my daughter won this last summer. So we're excited for that. She'll be trying to repeat this summer in June and keep the Woodhaven name on the trophy. Her name is going to be on there with Woodhaven. It'll be the first time ever. But you can speak to trying to repeat, Myles, just a little bit.
Yeah, it was really cool when Laney walked into the pro shop with that last year. My mom actually was a back-to-back winner of this event in 1981 and 1982. And if she wouldn't have three-putted on the 18th hole at Wildwood in 1980, she would have been a three-peat champion of the Women's State Amateur. So, yeah, it's really neat getting to see this trophy, see my mom's name on it, and it's going to be really cool next year seeing Elena Schmitt with Woodhaven Country Club right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what a great story for Myles' mom to be on the trophy.
Kind of cool thing to add is it's crazy for Laney is, if you don't know her story, is she actually came to my first putting clinic at Woodhaven without clubs and never playing golf really before. And just 5-6 years later, she is a state champion and also playing collegiate golf is pretty incredible.
Amen.
It really is.
Amen. Speaking of instruction, Jesse, we want to highlight some of the things that you've been able to build. I know junior golf is a big thing for you. So tell us a little bit about our junior PGA program that we have going, junior golf, and what we can look forward to this year.
So junior golf, like I said earlier, we're trying to make some stepping stones for ages to kind of get them into the sport. So we do a new Little Prodigies program I put together when I first got here. So ages 4 to 9. We're actually doing 2 of those programs again this year. So there'll be 2 different opportunities to get into that. Is once you kind of graduate from that, we have PGA Junior League, which we added when I first got in. It's a team sport. We play against other clubs. We play against South Park and Standard. And then also this year I just added the Woodhaven Junior Tour. So I got 9 events throughout the year playing our big course to try to get some of those older kids to understand how to play individual golf. And if they're looking to get into high school, kind of give them some extra reps tournament-wise. So that's basically the junior breakdown.
And as far as eligibility, social members certainly are eligible to participate. What about like grandkids of members and things like that?
Absolutely. Grandkids are more than welcome to come out. I have a couple out there already. So don't feel like your grandkids can't play. If you're a member, just bring them out. Or even be in any of the programs. So I'd love to have them.
What's the best way to get more information on that?
Probably email me directly or call the pro shop. So we'll kind of give out my email and make sure you can go directly to me and we can talk from there.
Super. That sounds great. All right, Myles, I know the 2024 is coming up, and you want to speak a little bit about some of our member golf events that we're excited about as we're heading into May.
Yeah, May is I think May is the new June in Louisville this year. So actually today, our men's member signups open up. So May 1st is the opening for that, and that event, I believe, is June 1st and 2nd. So all events open a month before the event is to be played. I know next week we have our ladies Margarita Open. So that is the start of our ladies dashes. So last year we had 70 participants between our ladies and their guests. There are guests welcome in this also. So reach out to us if anybody has any questions about the ladies dash or the Margarita Open. It's a great way for our ladies to kick off their season. We also have our men's dashes. We play those every Wednesday night. They're either at 5:30. Once we get a little bit deeper into the season, they'll start beginning at 6. But we're going to have anywhere between 72 to 96 players on Wednesday nights. Our weekday guests are allowed to play or our weekday members are allowed to play in that. Any of our platinum members can. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, like Jesse had said, just reach out to anybody in the pro shop. We can answer those questions to play in those. Saturday, May 11th is our men's 6-man scramble. We have a draft, so it's a 6-person team, and our A players draft all those players on that Thursday. And then really one of our biggest changes to our ladies schedule this year is we have now made our ladies Calcutta a 2-day event. So it's a 6-person team, 6 ladies on a team, and now instead of it just being on a Saturday, it's going to be a full weekend for our ladies at Woodhaven. So we have a lot going on. 4 Ts is the best place to go to look and see where our events fall in the schedule. And like I had also mentioned, just get a hold of any of us, and we're more than happy to answer any questions. But there should be a lot of information on 4Ts explaining all the events we have coming up in the summer.
And there's no excuse not to come out and enjoy some type of golf at Woodhaven.
No, there's not. We've got it all.
Jesse, back to you. I know there's an exciting program we've been hosting here the last few weeks. Last Thursday, I saw more than 25 or so veterans out at Woodhaven getting some instruction. Tell us a little bit about the PGA Hope
program. So PGA really got into helping out the veterans and put together a program called PGA Hope. And I think it was, for me, Myles, Brady, and Brandon, kind of an opportunity to really give our skills back to some of these great heroes. I've actually enjoyed it more than I expected. It's been a pleasant surprise. Myles, you can kind of chime in there.
Yeah, I'm sure we probably get more out of it than they do.
Yes.
I mean, it's really been an eye-opening thing. I know Brandon and I were certified last year, and we went out to Quail Chase, and it was really neat to get to see all the veterans and how much golf really impacted them. And I worked with Brady and Jesse and tried to get them certified with PGA Hope also, and I felt like it was just going to be easier for all of us to be together on a Thursday night and to be able to give back a little bit to those who have served us, and show them the game that we all love.
Yeah, what a great cause that is.
Big shout out to all our members who donated golf clubs. We have a ton of golf clubs. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was really special. Thanks to all of our members that have been behind it also too.
All right, that brings us to, we've got 2 huge events this summer and fall, I guess, in Louisville, and that is, all about golf. And one of them we're going to host at Woodhaven, which is really, really cool, and that's the Barstool Classic. I'm a little bit old school, so I don't know a lot about Barstool. So let's assume, we're talking to somebody that doesn't know anything about Barstool, Myles, and tell us what we got.
Yeah, so they started as a blog website, and they're a digital media company. So they cover all sports. And when COVID kind of hit it and golf exploded, there was a few guys in Barstool that created a golf portion of it. And they actually started a podcast called Foreplay Podcast. And it's 4 guys on it now. It's Trent, Frankie Riggs, and Dan Rappaport. They do every Tuesday and Thursday. They have a podcast that is released, and their tagline is it's a podcast by common golfers for common golfers. So I reached out to them. How all this happened, I reached out to them last May. Just seeing, because they do one-off events around the majors and the Players Championship, to see if they had any interest in coming out to Woodhaven during PGA Championship week. And they came back to me actually really quick and said, hey, we typically don't set these events up until closer to, but would we have any interest in having a Barstool Classic? So there's 25 of these different tournaments that you have to qualify for their national championship, and this national championship is played at is it Greyhawk?
At least so.
Yeah, it's in Scottsdale, Arizona, and so they take, I believe, maybe either 2 or 4 from each qualifier to go play in that national championship. And Woodhaven is one of the 25 places to host a Barstool Classic to make it to the national championship, and they've been gracious enough to give us 2 spots, Woodhaven. So we're going to have a qualifier at Woodhaven. This is men and ladies. I know we have, I think, 68 teams signed up so far from Woodhaven.
Members only.
Members only, yes.
Two-person team.
A 2-person team.
It has to be men and men, women and women, or
no, it can be mixed. Yeah,
okay,
anything.
Awesome.
So we have that qualifier on Saturday, June 15th. And we're going to deck our 2 qualifying teams out in all Woodhaven gear, matching Woodhaven gear. So they're going to look the part and have a great time when we have that on Friday, September 6th. And then maybe about a month or so ago, they had reached back out to me with my original email I had sent to them about the PGA Championship and asked if we'd be interested in hosting a one-off event also. So we're going to be doing that on Monday, May 13th. It's the Monday of the PGA Championship. It's a 2-person scramble. Once again, this is guys and girls. Anybody can play in it. It is a scratch event, so there's no handicap involved. And it's going to be the first 60 teams that sign up get into it. And I think our Barstool Classic, it filled up in 4 minutes. It's crazy how quick all these events fill up.
Yeah, I don't think some of our members know how big this tournament is.
This is big time.
How much is going to show our golf course. And
this is for
people
that are old like me. This is like waiting for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model cover reveal in your mailbox, and going to your mailbox and who is it? Back in the, before digital, back in the day, you guys would never understand. Anyway, no, it is a big deal, and I know there's a lot of people in the golf community in Louisville that are, it's a buzz, and they're like, how in the heck did Woodhaven get that event? And we're going to show them why.
Yeah, we're very excited. I can't wait for the PGA Championship to get here.
Amen. And speaking of PGA Championship, that's just a couple weeks out at Valhalla. It's going to be a huge event again for Louisville and the golf community. I was there in '96. I was there in 2000. I know we've probably got some PGA stories here. My oldest son Andrew was born 2 weeks before the PGA in 1996, and I will say he was the youngest spectator that week, as I had him on my back in a little backpack traipsing around. But I'm volunteering for my service that week at the driving range. A couple days. I know you guys will be out there as well.
Yep.
And then Woodhaven is marshaling one of the holes at the championship as well.
Yeah, we used to share that with Wildwood, and I know you and I had met up with somebody who's running all the marshaling programs, and we asked if we could have our own hole, and he asked if he thought we'd be able to fill it, and we filled it pretty quick. So we've got hole number 7. So it's going to be full of Woodhaven members, and I'm not exactly sure what all they're doing, but I know they're very excited to be able to call hole number 7 at Valhalla our hole.
Amen. Come out and check us out.
Don't challenge our members. They'll prove you.
No, you're exactly right. They will.
Before we get to our picks for the PGA, another quick little story. In '96, Greg Norman was number 1 in the world, and I was working the driving range, and you could see them coming down from the clubhouse towards the driving range, and the masses of people, right, following Greg Norman. And I was so excited to see this guy and meet, number 1 in the world. And I'm standing there letting people in, and here he comes with his caddy, and he walks past me. He's got his traditional Australian straw hat on, and he walks past me, and he came up to about my shoulders. And I was like, what the hell was that? Is that Danny DeVito in a suit or what? But it was amazing how you project people on TV, right? Number 1 in the world, Greg Norman, he's got to be like 6'5". The guy's like 5'9". It was pretty funny. But anyhow, let's talk real quick before we got to go. We're running out of time here. It's been a great time talking golf with you guys. Give me your pick for the PGA coming up.
Well, Valhalla, I'm a huge Rory fan. He has the game suited for that golf course a whole lot. He's a lot of carry. He's a great driver, actually probably the greatest driver of the golf ball we've ever seen, and he usually plays good there.
And I will say one thing: they're playing different fairways.
That's a big factor.
They changed the fairways.
So just gonna be
tell us about that real quick. It went from bent, which is very soft, probably not going to get a lot of roll. And it's also in a different time of year. It was in August. Now it's in May. So it's always.
I think you're going to be surprised. There's going to be some of the longest drives you've ever seen at that golf
so?
course with some firmness of the fairways. But I don't think it's going to make it play much easier, in my opinion, is the balls that stopped in the fairway in 2013 are probably going to dribble off into about 7-inch high rough.
Right.
Is my guess.
Yep.
And they're going to be hacking out of there.
The bluegrass in May is thick and deep. I can tell.
Yeah.
Myles, who's your pick?
I mean, you have to go with Scotty Scheffler. I mean, what he has done these last couple of years has been unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Scotty Scheffler.
I'm going to be sentimental and pull for Tiger to come back. The stories he's had at Valhalla, obviously a lot of success there. But I'll give you one little sleeper, and he's playing pretty well right now as a not a rookie, but Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah.
He came out of high school straight to the PGA Tour, did not go to college. And a little known fact, just a couple of years ago when he was like 17, he won a major junior national event at Valhalla. Chipped in for eagle on the last hole.
Right,
so watch out for Akshay. I can't
nice
pronounce
research
his name,
there.
but
It's got to watch his fist pumps.
Make sure.
Yeah, don't dislocate his shoulder.
Yep. All right, well, that's all the time we have for our May podcast. We appreciate everybody listening. We thank you for your support of Woodhaven Country Club. Jesse, Myles, I'm Richard Schmitt. We'll see you out at the club. Please stay tuned for our June podcast coming out June 1st.